What's going on, guys? It is your boy Seso here, bringing us a Photoshop tutorial here today, bringing you guys a cool little video. I'm going to call it like abstract line, text effects, something around that. I don't really know, but I've been really trying to provide you guys like the most coolest, like, really sick, like really nice, quality looking, banner designs or whatever, text effects lately, and I just want to really say thank you guys so much. I've been getting like 300 plus likes on each video. I hope this is the same. I hope you guys really like the way this looks as well. The inspiration for this is just I wanted something. I'm probably gonna be using this kind of style for my next revamp for my like YouTube stuff, and I wanted to show you guys at first because I thought it was like really nice and simple. The whole part of this is using like abstract lines, right? And you can see it kind of like flows through the text in a very odd way, or not really odd, but kind of like goes through like the negative spaces inside the font. The font that I'm using is called Kenyan Coffee. I believe it's just this one. This one right here. So if you want to use that font, that's the same one as this one right here, just in case you want to get it right now. But regardless, I think it looks really freaking nice, and with a nice dark blue in the background, almost gray, but it's like, or almost black, but it's like you can see the blue, and with the other nice little three accent colors, it looks really good. And I think I really killed it on this one. It's a really sick, just simple, very simple style. And so yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. It's a very simple trick. All you gotta really do is use either the whichever one you want to use. It really doesn't matter. But I'm probably gonna be using the rectangle marquee tool, or you can use the regular rectangle tool, or you can use a pen tool, or you can use any gosh darn shape you want. But as long as you can get it to fit through letters and such, it's all up to you. So yeah, it's a pretty cool freaking idea, and I'm gonna really enjoy it. Like I would like, just to give you another idea, you can use like rectangles like I'm going to be using for the tutorials here today, but what you can do is you can like use a pen tool yourself, find little spots that you want to get get in between. You can do like something like a triangle. I don't know. You can do something like this. You can have something like this going through. You don't have to always have rectangles. And I'm already thinking of something I'm going to be doing later on, so I gotta make sure I note this, because it's a very cool little thing. I really like the way it like fills the area, and it just looks really just clean. I really like how this looks, or presented. I don't know, whatever one. Anyway, let's get going. So the first thing we are gonna go ahead and do is just make that black background, or that nice blue background again. And I think I used this hex code 1D2124. I think so. Let's see. Yeah, it was this hex code. It looks really nice. So yeah, for this, I'm just gonna be using the same text font that I did last time. I said Kenyan Coffee, and I'm in a regular Twitter header dimension. So with that being said, it's at 1500 by 200 pixels. No, 1500 by 500 pixels, and then the resolution is at 250. And this is just a regular Twitter header dimension, like a recommended size. I'm not really using anything crazy, but yeah. So put that to 0, make this a nice little offset white, and then we're ready to go. Put that in the middle, and boom. So for this to really work and make it look really nice and cool, I would say like try to use fonts that have like almost kind of like not like, I want to say like rectangular, like just a regular boxy font like this. You can have some curves, but you're gonna like obviously pen tool it, and it's gonna be a little hassle, excuse me, if it's gonna like flow right and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, just try to use like a nice, just very open font. Like, it has a lot of negative spaces that you can actually do this little style on. So the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do, and like I said, you can use the rectangle tool or the rectangle marquee tool. I'm just gonna be using the rectangle marquee tool just for whatever purposes. So right now I'm gonna make a nice little skinny box going all the way across, and this is just, I'm only going this way because I think this is the longest way I can go. If I do it up and down, of course it's not gonna be longer than me going horizontal. So with that being said, I have a nice little horizontal line. I can just quick fill it in with any color, really doesn't matter. My foreground color right here is gray. I'm just gonna make this, I'll keep it gray actually. So all backspace is to quick fill your foreground color, or you can just right click on a new layer, fill, drop down, use color, and choose whatever color you guys wish to use. But just for now, this is like a placeholder color. I can always change it. Well, I will change it in a little bit. But anyway, I press Control D to deselect, or right click deselect. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just leave one of these. It's gonna be I'm gonna call this the duplicated one. So I'm just gonna put dupe. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate it with Control J, or right click duplicate layer, whichever one you want to do. But just Control J is to duplicate it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this just in case I ever have to use the same exact rectangle size. I have to like guess it, or I have to like try to redo it. I just have it here so I can just use it, whatever, right? So if you didn't know already, if you press Control T, of course it brings up the free transform, but if you hold Shift while you're rotating, which I'm gonna rotate in like a nice little, I don't know, maybe like a nice little degree that goes slanted, So I'm gonna hold shift and I'm also move it down. It goes by 15 interval. You can see it on my little this little triangle here. It goes by 15 intervals. So I'm gonna put it on like maybe like 45 degrees, and that's gonna be holding shift. So that's a pretty cool little thing if you don't know how to do that. It can make it really easy for you to do something like that I'm about to show you right now. I'm gonna make another duplicate of that duplicated line, which is gonna be a straight line, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and just move this, you know, horizontal one, or excuse me, this diagonal one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move this like, kind of want to move it like right here, maybe. That wouldn't look terrible. And then I'll take this horizontal line one and just match it up just like so on the tip of this one, and there we go. Now we have like a simple little line. Move it up just a little bit for the O, so I can go through this O as well, and then through this H. All right, cool, perfect. So we're getting somewhere. So all you need to do now is, once you have your little two like lines, or if you use like a pen tool, like I said in the beginning, if you want to use like triangles or any shape you want, just make sure it kind of goes through letters. That way it's not, you know, boring or it doesn't look messy. So yeah, something like this, it goes through this O right here. Of course, I can't figure out how to make it like get through this like little part here, but it's just gonna have to go overlapping on this, and that's pretty much, that's a-okay, it's whatever. Also, I can just go ahead and have it go through the H as well, and I will, or like kind of like loop around. I kind of like maybe like a folding kind of like technique. I don't know. It's kind of like what I'm going at. But once I have that there, I can just either group these together with Control G, and I can just hide it just in case I need a, you know, step one. I can just hide it, so just in case I need to, if I mess up or whatever, I'm gonna press Control J again, duplicate it, and then with this duplicated layer, I can press Control E or right click, merge the group together. That way, I have this one here, and this one is a backup. So. Alright, cool. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how to basically, you know, kind of like where the mentality is and going through this little simple style and such. So, I'm going to lower my opacity down on my little shape right here, my little line right here, to like, I don't know, like half, doesn't really matter. Just enough so you can see through. So, with this, I'm going to say to myself, what do I kind of like want it to go through? Do I want to go, you know, do I want the line to either like loop over this white? And if that's going to be happening, it can't be, or excuse me, if that's gonna happen, then it would have to go under here. You know, just like think about how, like, I don't know how it would look if you like took a ribbon and like put like in a hole or something like that. You would see the ribbon through one side but not the other, you know, etc. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this area right here, this negative space area, and I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. Or if I want to, I can go ahead and delete this, and that'll make this little part right here. This selection, this will make this face of the O look like this little line right here is going below the O and then coming back up for the H. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my rectangle tool, and I'm just going to go ahead and just use the rectangle tool, or you can use a pen tool, but this is obviously very simple. I have a nice little boxy kind of font going on here. And I'm going to highlight through this little piece right here, press delete, and now you can see what I mean before. Like, it looks like this little line is going through the O, and it's going behind the O now, and overlapping over the H. And since I want it to overlap over the H, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just erase this. Then I want it to look, or no, right there. I want it to make sure it goes over the H and then under, kind of. So I'm going to delete this. So now it's going under the H as well now. You can see what's going on, like the little transitions going on. And then for this, I'm going to go ahead and have the O just go under on the, we'll go on the left side this time. And there we go. Boom. And if I had to like get rid of like something like this is where I have to use a pen tool. But right now all these areas are pretty like rectangular. And there we go. So if I just quickly put my opacity back up, you can see now the this little line right here is going under the O, over the H over here, under it over here, and then, you know, it's going through the O as well here. So that's kind of like the whole little, you know, you're making like a kind of like a depth kind of field. Not really depth of field, but you're just making something look like it's going through things with very simple cuts through the letters. And I think it's a pretty dope little style here. And then with this, I'm going to choose my color. What I'm going to use, I'm probably going to use the same orange, or just a nice little orange, right? And then I'm going to say that's a nice orange. I'm going to bring it, I don't know, to about maybe here. A nice little dark orange. Because I'm going to do is I'm going to put a highlight. So right here, this is the orange I'm using. I'm using the hex code B9752D. And then with this hex code here, I'm just going to rasterize this layer. That way, if I make a new layer and then clip mask it, anything that shows in this clip mask can also show down in this layer only. So on this clipping mask layer, which I'm going to put a little simple highlight, and it's going to be a white highlight. So I'm going to use a pen tool here. Click around where halfway the point is. Doesn't really matter. But I'm going to click like right here, and I'm going to like kind of like go through it like there. I don't know. I'm going to do something like that for the little highlight. So if I right click, fill this path in, drop down, use white. This will now allow me to fill this color in or fill this path layer in right here. Just a little path that I just made with a pen tool with white only. And this is on, of course, it's on clip and mask. It will only show on this layer, which is our orange layer here. So if I put white, there we go. It shows up here. And then what I can do with this white layer is change it from normal blend mode to overlay. And it gives me a cool little highlight. And I can just lower the opacity down a little bit. And there we go. It kind of looks like almost like a little bevels on it. So either you can use a bevel or you can use this. I don't know. I like to just do it like this. And I didn't like make it perfectly in the middle here, and I make it perfectly in the middle here. It's kind of like the way I want to go ahead and go for it. So with this, we're getting to the point where you can do something like this, and you know, etc. All you got to do is keep on doing it more. So I'll do one more. Why not? And I'll show you guys a simple like color correction you can do to make it look nice and just really, I don't know, really nice. So I'm gonna do another one. So take this duplicated one, duplicate it, and I'm gonna go ahead and say where do I want it to go through. I'm gonna hold Shift. And I'm going to go ahead and actually rotate it this way. Why not? Let's go like through things. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Maybe through there? Would that look good? I don't know. Let's see. Let's just try it. Why not? So with this duplicated here, go here. I'll try and make it work. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry. But I don't know if it'll look cool. But it's whatever. Trial and error. Doesn't really matter. Alright, boom, put that over there. So now I have two duplicates again. These are the two lines here. I can group them together. And I'll just call this step 2 is our like second one. Duplicate it with Control J and then merge it with Control E. That way we have our nice little, if we mess up or if we want to change things, we have it there. And this is one there. So I will say lower the opacity down a bit. I already see that I want to make it go through here so it doesn't overlap on this one. Or go under this L right here. Something like that. There we go. Delete it there. I want it to go like over. Nope, because it's going to look really odd if I do it like there. So I'm going to do it right here. Cut it out. Like go under the H there. That can stay. It can go. What do I want it to do here? If I delete this, it will go under the E as well. So I make it go under the E. Why not? Move that over a little bit. Just like so. There we go. And then I can go through the S. If I really wanted to, I would pen tool this. Actually, why not? I'll show you guys. Just if you do have curves and stuff, it's going to look very odd in the beginning. You probably have to do like a couple different tries. Because, of course, this is pixelated. This is in Photoshop and stuff. So no matter what, like your curved lines aren't going to look as great as you probably want them to be. Unless you want to take the complete time to like pen tool, you know, holding Shift and like clicking like this. Just because, you know, this is a font and stuff. It's not vector. It's not like vectorized within Photoshop and stuff, but of course the font is like, you know, when I say that, it's gonna be vectorized like the font overall, because of course when you put the when you do end up putting like, you know, the font size up and stuff, it is vectorized. It's not gonna be lower quality, but when you zoom in and stuff like this, no matter what, the font in Photoshop will end up having pixels because it's just Photoshop. So with that being said, you can do something like this. This is like really time consuming, but if you don't want it to look really sloppy and awkward and weird, that's the best way of doing it. And I just did it there because I was talking and I thought it was just good enough to show you guys right there. But if I right click and make a selection and delete it, you can see that this part looks very odd because I didn't follow the curve very well. And that's just how it's going to be if I do not follow the curve well. And if I just put the opacity up, you'll see that's what I mean by it looks odd. And it still looks odd there as well. So that's why I try to say is like keep away too much. Keep away a little bit from, you know, just like having, you know, I guess the lines very curvy or whatever. But if you want to, you can say, like, I'll just make it go like this there, make it sure it's straight or whatever, right? I'll connect them here, and then I'll do the same thing over here. And what I can do is I can take this layer, I'm going to fill this in with the same color for now. Color, boom, gray. And I'm just going to take this piece, oops, I want to do this in a new layer. I'm going to take this piece here, fill it in with the same color, and I have this little thing here. I can just drop this below the text. That way it looks like it's filled, but it's just basically two different layers of color and stuff. And with that being said as well, you have to like take the duplicate of the little highlight we're going to be doing and do it on the same thing on this layer here. And for some reason, this isn't cut right there. Boom. Alright, sweet. So, with this now, I can just go ahead and I can, yeah, I'll do that. So, I'm going to change this color now. What do I change it to? I'm going to change this color to a nice blue maybe. I don't know. What do I want to change it to? I already did orange. That's a nice color. That would go pretty well, I think. Also, I might want to delete it there as well. I'm going to do that really quick with the pen tool. Here we go. Something like that. Make selection and then delete it. There we go. Alright, so with this now, this gray is probably still in the middle of this like little S. That's why I mean it right there. So I can just take this layer, where is it? Right here. Make change. So double click on it, excuse me. Color overlay and just change the same color as that. And there we go. It's the same thing. And I'm just going to call this step 2 back, whatever, right? I can rasterize this layer, make a new layer, right click clipping mask, and then go ahead and use this pen tool again. And we will go ahead and just pen tool like right here, and then we'll go like all the way through like that. I don't know. There we go. And then right click fill and use white. Press OK, change it to overlay, and lower the opacity a little bit. And it's not too noticeable on this S here, but it does look better than just leaving it like, you know, black or whatever, having the black little or the background show. I do like how that looks. Perfect. So I did fix like a little area. So if you do have curved lines, that's probably what you're gonna have to do. I'm glad I showed it in the video because I ran into that little trouble when I did it on my over here, like right, where is it? Like I did it over on this Q part. I tried to delete it here, it didn't look right. I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't fix it here, you can see, but you know, that's how you would fix it. So yeah. With this now, what you can do to finish this all off, let's say you added all your lines, you did whatever you wanted to do with it, you add your text or your subtext, whatever. I'm going to use a very, very simple little color correction here with just brightness and contrast. One of my favorite things to do is lower the brightness down. -70 is a good start, why not? And then we'll put the contrast up to maybe about like 50 or so. I can just figure out what I want. We'll just say -45 brightness for now. And we're just going to make a new layer. Take our brush here, nice little soft brush, which everyone should have in their default brushes. A nice little simple soft brush, 0 hardness. And I'm just waiting for my brushes to load. Here we go. And then with a pretty good size, I'm holding Control-Alt, right-clicking, moving left and right here. And you can make your diameter bigger with your brush. And I'm pretty good diameter. I'm at like what, like 850 or so. I'm gonna click one nice time on the top, maybe a little more bigger actually. I'm at like 1,000 plus. So click over here on the top here. I can lower the opacity down a little bit. And now with this, I can just make another new layer, go through it like so. I did not use white though. I should probably use white for this little top brush here. It's on gray. I didn't notice, but nice little white on a soft brush here on the top will look a lot better. Just like so. And then lower the opacity down. And then make another new layer. And on the same thing, just a nice little white. I'm just going to click around some places and just like so. Put it on overlay this time. And then just lower the opacity down. It kind of helps if you want to like click more on like this area to make things look nice and bright. You can do that, just like so. Why not just do it? There we go. And then with this, you can just do whatever. What I did for like a little bit of a more darker scheme here is I actually managed to duplicate everything together. So the background and all. Control J, Control E. I shift click on everything, so I have basically a nice little simple copy of the entire thing, just like so. And what I managed to do is I just put it on multiply, and it's very dark, of course, but if I lower my opacity down to maybe like 20% or so, and then just start erasing some spots that I kind of want like really, really dark shadows or just dark places in, you can do that. And that's kind of what I did, just like so, and just had some dark areas just around what I might simple eraser with a 0 hardness, and I erased it, and it looked pretty dope. So, oh, there we go. So yeah, it looked pretty nice, and I do like how this came out as well. And then for the subtext, we can just put looking really nice. Right, there we go. Next, so bold. There we go. Lower it to like, I don't know, 2. And then there we go. So yeah, there we are. So that's the whole entire little part you can do. So like I said, 2 things you probably don't want to keep in. My chair is squeaky. You can go ahead and like, you can add as many lines as you want. You can use any shape that you want. The whole part is you probably want to make sure you have a really nice, good color scheme going. And for that, I'm probably going to say, like, use the hex code that I used for the background here, which was, like I said, I'll repeat it again. The hex code is 1D2124. Was that always the same? I think so, yeah. But yeah, it looks good, and it just really works out for most colors. So if you want to change, go with this background color, and then change the colors around with the little lines and accent lines, all that crazy stuff, I really do hope you guys really enjoyed it. I think this came out really, really nice. I did take more time on this one and stuff, but, whatever, guys. I think it looks really freaking sick, and I want to say, like, again, thank you guys so much for the support I've been getting on the channel for, like, since 2016. We're almost at 50K, and it would, oh my god, I can't see myself not, like, hitting 50K before, like, the end of January. So yeah, we're at, like, what, 48.6, I'm looking, yeah, we're freaking close. Thank you guys so gosh darn much. I really appreciate it so much. Like, so much. So, of course, don't forget, guys, 200 likes on the video equals a secret down below. I'm most likely to just put the PSD of this in the file description down below if you get 200 likes for a nice little giveaway. And, of course, you can use it, learn yourself, kind of see what I did in my own PSD. And there you guys go. So, thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys later. So, switch you out. Peace.